you can view the comments here.
Just don't,
That's right. You're going to view the comments, right?
Well, did you hit live? It's live now, so
okay.
You're live
Hi,
now.
Welcome to our Friday Facebook Live with Maureen Tara Nelson, MTN Matchmaking, and Brian Jensen Dillion. And Brian Dillion is also in the background.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Oh, okay.
He's busy.
Okay. So is Ryan and Brendan, by the way. But today we have the top 10 questions that men have asked me over the past 20 years as just being the most common questions that they ask about women. So I'm going to tell you what they are. I'm going to tell you how I answered them. Brian, of course, will give his play into it. And by the way, Brian, did you get the message about we're also going to include, due to the pandemic, we recommend a lot of dates be watching movies together. So one of the questions actually is, what's a great first or second or third date? And I've been saying to watch a movie together. So what is your favorite movie to watch, or what you would suggest to watch on the first date? And I'm going to give mine, and then anyone else want to comment on your own? Go ahead.
On the first date, you shouldn't watch a movie together.
Okay, so first, second, or third?
All right. Third date. I'll agree to the third date. I would say American President with Michael Douglas and Warren Beatty's wife, Annette Bening. That to me is always because it's not about politics; it's about the relationship.
That's what I was just going to say.
It's a fun movie.
Okay, so oh gosh, I hope I could remember what is the name of the movie. Love it, and I just saw it, The Delivery Man. Did you ever see it, Brian?
No, I never heard of that.
With Vince Vaughn. Okay, it's a remake of what they call it, Starbuck. It's about a guy who basically, sadly, is like a loser and a screw up his whole life. And when he was younger, he went to sperm banks to make money, and he made $24,000 from the sperm bank. Yeah. So he ended up that they actually just used his sperm, and now again he can't even handle his own life, but now he has 532 kids.
Yes, I do remember that movie, and that's a good movie too because there's a lot of discussing about the movie afterwards. So it's, you always want to find a movie where you can talk about it afterwards with a lot of flowing dialogue.
Yes, and again too, I liked the fact that if some of our clients are sometimes singles, if they hear, okay, a guy delivers meat, okay, they might not say, I want to say yes to this person. There are some women out there that say, nope, if he's not a doctor or a lawyer, I'm not going to do that. However, even though in this movie he did start off like a I hate to say that word, loser, but a screw up in everything he did in his life with his family. His father would call him that, all of that stuff. So he ended up, though, because of these kids, turning out to be responsible and really great. So to me, I think that would be a great date to watch a movie with. So if anyone else has any date ideas on movies, that would be fun to see. Okay, so Brian, you want to start off with a question?
Well, again, I want to start off with the positive ones first.
Well, they better all be positive.
Well, how do you get over a breakup? That's not a positive question. That's not something we need to know now. We have to get people together.
Well.
But breakups always happen.
There My advice always when people do call me though, and they'll say, I did just break up with someone.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. All right.
And
Yes.
I've been crying, the whole weekend. I see him on Facebook going out with all of his friends.
All right.
Yes. How long should I wait? What are you waiting for? Men don't wait. And I've been saying this for 20 years. If you notice, that guy, they're always moving on. So the first thing you should do is move on, go out with your friends, have fun, start appreciating life and yourself, and let that guy see that. And look, if you really do like the guy, he will. That's called a takeaway. He will come back. Your opinion?
Well, men, you said men don't wait. Men do wait. There are some men that are equally devastated when a breakup happens.
Oh, yes. And I know one of them too. That I even counseled every day too.
Anyway.
Okay. Next question?
Or
no, okay, so what would be your advice then with a situation? My advice is always never sit home and pine over anyone. Go out and enjoy life.
I would say to allow yourself, I would say 2 days.
Don't say healing time. Don't say healing time because there should be no healing time.
2 days of misery, of wallowing in your misery. And then once that 2 days is up, you get up, you dust yourself off, you take a nice hot shower, you put on your fun clothes, and you go out with your friends. That's what I say. So you're allowed yourself the misery, and then now it's time to move on. Because that's all they deserve.
I would say 1 day.
Okay.
1 day.
Oh, well, I was going to say a week, so I changed it to 2 days.
So
but 1 day is good.
I was going to say actually 3 days, but then you said 3 days, and I changed it to 1. I'm actually kidding. I do always just say 1 day is all they deserve, and they don't even deserve that. So next question, and it probably is good that we started off like that. He's doing his check again. We don't even know, by the way, if people can see both of us online,
Yeah, you can. On your Facebook, it's there.
Oh, okay. Good. Oh, where's Asa? Now, Maureen, my friend, had the shot, so she's not feeling well. Okay, you ready for the next question?
Yes.
Or I should say, I'm ready for the next question.
Uh,
Because I'm dying to tell the story about the bird that got caught in my dryer vent, which was frightening, but I did say today is really going to be about answering the most common questions, just in case you are a guy out there and you've had these questions and maybe you didn't have someone that you could ask these questions to. Go ahead.
well, some of the questions I have are not written by men.
Oh, okay.
You can tell right away.
All right, so let's do the guys first, since that's how I presented it.
How long should the first date be?
Oh, okay. Yes. That is exactly all the time I've heard that question. And I always say about an hour and a half. And I'd like to just add, only go for lunch or brunch on the weekends, or maybe a drink or two maximum. And you don't even have to drink. You could just have appetizers, but, not a dinner is my point. So an hour and a half is what I say.
That's a good starting point. But what if you're there and you're laughing nonstop and you're getting along great, and then you say, "Oh, my matchmaker says I have to leave it at an hour and a half." That would be a little silly. So
no, actually, that does happen a lot, and those are the couples that do end up together, which is really funny.
Yes.
Now, there are many hundreds over the 20 years, hundreds of my clients that did exactly that. They went out on the first date, they spent an hour and a half together, and they thought, oh my God, this is so great. So then they kept the date, say 8 hours. That I think was the longest. Now, oh, Tukey, there's Tukey. Oh, hi, Maureen. Hope you're feeling better.
Who has a date of 8 hours?
Okay, this has happened many times over the years. So what women do subconsciously is they get nervous on a date. They are actually, hey, Leah, they're actually afraid to be successful. And I know it sounds crazy. It happens all the time. I know how to fix it with, the dating coaching in my program, but that's another question. So the point is, the next day, that woman is going to wake up and she is not going to remember the 7 hours of fantasticness. She's going to concentrate on any and all things that she didn't like about the guy. And then, of course, they both tell me, and the guy's perspective is going to be, oh my God, it was great. We spent 8 hours together. Sorry we didn't go by your guidelines, but we know what's best for us. And then the girl will call me. Yeah, it started off great, but then really, I didn't like this, that, and the other thing. And then I will show them, though, that they are self-sabotaging themselves. And we fix that. But without a matchmaker or a dating coach, you could fall into that trap. Not a good idea.
You'd think that I would have a whole week to clean up the dog's toys behind me.
I really felt so bad afterwards.
It's the dog's toys. I cleaned them up. I put them all in the thing. And then 10 minutes later, I go and she pulled them all out again. She doesn't like them all neat and tidy. She likes them all messy.
But
they're
I
all
really
around her.
She's have made fun of it.
And
so,
I don't care about that.
Right, good, because I was feeling bad about that, so now I'm not anymore.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, next question.
Is there a wrong way to propose? He wants to know.
Okay. Well,
because he doesn't want to run into the same problem again with the new girl.
Okay. Now, this is from what Ryan did, is he actually found what the typical guy questions are, and this is one of them. And then we're including what my experience has been over 20 years of the most common questions. So we're doing a little bit of both, and I can tell you that's not one of mine. So it will be interesting, though, because if a guy said that to me, I mean, there's a lot of things you can screw up, Don't do it if there's no discussion beforehand ever of getting engaged, okay? Because it doesn't matter how romantic you make that, if you don't know ahead of time or believe 90-something% that she is going to say yes, don't do it. Wait until you find out for sure, and then really you can do pretty much anything and you can't go wrong. Okay? Your advice? Come on, quick. Friday Facebook Live. We only have a half hour. I have appointments. Had appointments all last night. And even Friday night, my client said, anyway, I could have a nighttime appointment. And
what?
I said yes. Go ahead.
Of course.
What?
Well,
oh, you can't read the questions?
Well,
you just did a typical Jensen thing that for no reason at all, we just moan out loud and think that people can hear us. You just did a Jensen moan.
I get that all the time. And Brian turns to me and goes, you're not invisible, right?
Yes, but great, Brian. You just literally did it on Friday Facebook Live.
Right. I don't know.
And I had to call you out on it.
It's a habit.
Yes.
I just did it again. Anyway, all right, next question, because I don't have an answer to you. That's why.
Oh, okay,
Next,
okay.
next question. I'm just going to give it a little check.
Okay, little check.
Uh,
And we're just going to keep it for a half hour today. So if you're joining in now, Friday Facebook Live, and you've ever had a dating question, let us know. Or if you just want to hear what the most common dating questions men ask women, men ask about women, that's what we're doing today.
All right. What happens if you know somebody's dating a couple of people?
Are you Kevin or Brian? Is this Kevin? It takes our brother Kevin 10 minutes to say one sentence.
That's because
I'm never
can't.
giving you the list again. You're never getting the list.
I can't read it the way this man writes it. I have to. What's the word? I have to put it in more terms that make sense. He's dating a couple of girls, and he wants to come. So what if he comes to see you, and then he's looking for somebody, but he's looking into the future, and he's saying, how does he respectfully and effectively end the relationship or the dating relationship with the people that he's dating now if he finds somebody special? Because right now he says the girls he's dating now, he's just dating them. There's no love. I mean, they don't say they love each other. They go out and they have a lot of fun together.
And they have sex. That's basically what it is. Yes.
But he wants to, if he meets somebody special, he wants to respectfully, and this I find incredibly endearing. He says, "I want to end. How do I break up with somebody respectfully and effectively?" And I just thought that was a question that you don't hear too many times from.
Actually, I really have to tell you something along those lines with that exact question. Last night, I've been doing night appointments too this whole week. Last night I signed up the funniest lady ever. Her name was Lori, okay? Now, I even said, I called her on the fact that in the beginning, she really was kind of, for lack of a better word, maybe dry or maybe nervous. Who knows?
I thought you were going to say she was drunk.
No. But she just made me laugh so much I felt drunk. So this kind of happened with her that she was telling me, anytime people come to me, I know they're the 1% of the people on the internet that are way too good for the internet, and that's why they come to me. Okay, so obviously the 1% that come to me, they have a lot of crazy stories. So I always ask everyone, what's your story? And a lot of times it's the same story over and over. In this particular time, the lady went out with a guy, and when she saw him, I'm not going to say why, but she almost died because he did not reflect his photo at all, but to the umpteenth level, okay? So here she is thinking, oh my God, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? And the guy offered on his own that he's dating other people from the internet, but he really likes her. So it's like kind of the opposite of that question. And he just wanted her to know that he really, really likes her and he's not going to go out with them anymore. But because he lied, showed a picture that did not look anything like him, okay? He was much, let's just say, larger, okay? And let's say that largerness starts with a 4 as the first number, okay? She's almost dying here. And so when he tells her that, she was thinking the whole time, how do I get out of this? She turns around and says, I appreciate your honesty, but you lied. So I'm sorry, as nice as you are, I can't go out with you again. I'm like, Lori, that was fantastic. So oh my gosh, she literally had me laughing so much that my stomach hurt. So, all right, I know it's a little bit different than the dating question. So you answered the real dating question. It just reminded me of what Lori said last night. Remember, quick. Friday Facebook Live.
Yeah, but I don't really have an answer for that. How do you? I don't know. I would just say.
That's the whole fun point of this, that you have other great qualities and you don't know. So you're just giving like your personal advice. And it's funny because it's usually always going to be opposite. And remember, I want on my tombstone, only great at two things: great mother, great matchmaker. That's it. So that's the point of this.
I would say I would call them up. I wouldn't do it via text, and I wouldn't do it in person. Like I wouldn't go out to dinner and then tell them. I would call them up and say, I want to let you know I met somebody who I think is kind of special, so I'm gonna try dating them exclusively.
And that girl's thinking, you fucking asshole. How dare you call me and tell me that there's a girl better than me out there?
I didn't say better than you. But no, it's not better than you. It's special. You want to be committed with her, but not me. So therefore, you're telling me I'm not as good as that girl. Fuck you. And what I recommend is text them. Text them. Or just email them something beautiful. Like, you are a beautiful person. I'm just not ready yet. This way, no feelings are hurt. That's also lying. Okay,
it is. But you're never going to see that person again. Why give them the dig? Because I'm telling you, it is a dig. Because a woman is going to think, well, why didn't you want the committed relationship with me?
But if they're aware that everyone is dating everyone.
Yeah. Who the hell? Leon, help me with this. Maureen, help me. Who would want a guy saying that they found someone that they want a committed relationship with, but it was okay that you were sleeping with me the last 2 months and it's ending? Don't have that person on the phone. Don't let them know that. It could be for a million. Look, Lee even says, I'm not ready yet. This way, there's no hurt feelings. Now,
she said, I hate that not ready yet. She's hated that your answer.
Oh.
Right.
Is Leah saying that she's heard that before? That they're not ready yet?
I think you should just say, look, we're dating, we're having fun, but I'm going to try to date this person exclusively. So I need to.
Again, I would not like it.
Well, what if you just didn't say anything and you just
that's ghosting. That's the point. You can't ghost. So
what if they call up and say, the girl calls up and says, hey, you want to go to dinner Friday? And you say, oh, I really can't, but maybe next time. And she calls in 2 weeks.
No, that's terrible. That's still ghosting. You're putting off that person's love life.
No, you're not. Everyone's dating. Everyone is dating. Aren't there people that go out and date other people?
No, not at MTN Matchmaking. Everyone is looking for the committed relationship.
But before they come to you, that's how they're trying to end the relationship.
Yes. But on the internet, they don't do anything. They just ghost the people. I've heard it a million times. That's why I'm saying, don't ghost someone. At least have the decency to text.
I'm not saying ghost them. I'm saying to tell them the truth.
I'm just telling you, no girl is going to like hearing the truth. So, agree to disagree. Next question.
All right, I got a call of somebody from 30 years ago and apologize.
I should apologize because
I'll be right back.
If it was Cheryl, what was her name? She mailed you a letter.
Oh, Sheila,
and I was shocked 2 weeks prior walking through the lots, which is across the street from our house, and I saw Brian and Sheila making out, and I was like, ugh, you never want to see your brother making out with anybody. And then later to find out he's gay now it's really funny when I think about that. Anyway.
Later, it was years later. It was like 20 years later.
Okay. So, way to go, Leah, with that. Great. Okay. So when I saw that, I hated Leah because as a little sister with 4 older brothers, you get jealous.
You said you hated Leah.
Oh, sorry, Leah. No. I hated Sheila. Okay. Because you get jealous. So
Sheila was the first person I ever kissed. I was 14 or 15.
I was 10 on my first kiss. Okay. Anyway, so beat you out again. Just kidding. All right. So what I did was Sheila wrote Brian a letter, something that we would never hear anyone do nowadays because people don't write letters anymore, which they should. Brian does. But anyway, so when I saw the letter, I took it in the back of our shed, read it, and ripped it out and threw it out. But for some reason, I don't know what it said. I really have, but I've told Brian in the interim, I think you should, just for fun, it's not going to change you from being gay, okay? But for fun, you should say, you know that letter you wrote me when we were 14 or whatever? What did you say in it? Because I never got it.
First of all, I have no way to contact her. I have no idea where she is.
Facebook. We can probably find her in 5 minutes on Facebook. I bet Leah could.
No.
Leah could probably find her through Kathy Harding. Oh, we shouldn't say people's last names. But.
I think I asked Kathy, and she doesn't know where she is.
Oh, okay.
I think I told her that hurtful thing that you've done to me.
Sorry. Okay.
It was probably that because she was a year older than me.
She probably wanted to say what I'm saying. I'm just not ready yet, Brian.
And I think that she was maybe moving away, and it was probably a goodbye letter or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Because after that, she never contacted me again, so that had to be it.
But she went to high school with you.
Yeah, but
right?
I think she moved away.
Oh, okay.
I really don't know.
You know, I come to think of it, there was a guy in my 4th grade class, Mr. Meyer. I used to have such a crush on this guy, John Balson, I think his name is, and he ended up moving. Never heard anything about him or anything. I have no idea even if that's his last name. John Balson.
No, Leah, it wasn't Mick. It was just the C.
The C word?
Yes, that's what it was, Leah. I'm sure you know her.
Leah knows everybody.
Oh
my God, Leah, guess what happened to your room? Guess what happened? We had a bird, and we'll get right back to the dating questions. I'll make this really fast on Friday Facebook Live. We had this loud noise constantly that it sounded like 20 squirrels were up in our attic. And it wasn't that. It turns out it was something stuck in the dryer vent, which is in the closet of Leah's room. We call our spare room Leah's room to this day. So, you know, naturally I panic, get animal control. I put it on Facebook today also. And it turns out it was only one little bird, right? And so the guy is coming down the stairs and he's holding the bird like this. And I'm thinking, oh my God, get the blank out of the house. You know, quick, get out. Brendan opens the door. The guy stops on the stairs and starts talking to me and Brendan. Yeah, it was just one bird. Yeah, he probably got a Kevin thing, you know, taking 5 minutes to say 1 minute. The whole time I'm thinking in my head, get the bird out of my house. Any second, that bird, even though it was in for 3 days, God knows how it was living, 3 days with no food, but the bird could have left his hands in my house. What would you have done?
He probably was holding the bottom of the bird. If it's animal control, No, he was probably somehow holding the feet or something. Animal control knows how to handle it.
All right. Well, that just scared the life out of me. So, okay. Next question.
Yeah, Leah says she knows who she is and doesn't know where she is. I agree.
Oh.
Because I tried to look her up and I couldn't find any hide nor hair.
That's funny. That would be great if she's gay too.
I think she probably was.
Really?
Well, I would say yes, but only because looking back, she was a tough girl. She was tough. I was afraid of her. And all of a sudden I found out
you're stereotyping lesbians as tough.
I'm allowed to do that. She was tough. And she was short. But she was fun. And she had blonde hair and freckles. That's really all I remember.
Okay. All right. Next question, because all of us have to get back to work, except for Brian. And
I have to go to the gym.
Leah.
I have to go to the gym.
Way to go, Brian.
I have to lose my 50 or 60 pounds that I gained from the COVID pandemic.
Yes.
And from from stopping vaping.
Everyone, please congratulate Brian on number one, quitting smoking, and then quitting the vaping after. I mean, that is just so amazing. It's the hardest thing they say to do in the world.
Yeah, not really. There were harder things that I had to do, but it was the most persistent, antagonistic thing that I had to do.
And thank God he quit, because every 2 seconds when he lived with me during a short, brief time, he would cough like every 2 seconds. And we know someone else who would do that cough, so we would call it that name, cough.
Yeah.
Right? Which we will not mention, but
yeah, the coughing.
The person would never be on Facebook Live.
I stopped smoking cigarettes 3 years ago, and then I went to vaping, and I thought, oh wow, this is the answer. But after 2 years of vaping, it's not the answer.
And hearing how many people have died on vaping and how much worse it is.
I found it. I think it accelerated my out of breath, but it's hard to tell with COVID and all that. But it did help me stop smoking, and then I went on the patch and the lozenge, and then I got sick with the virus, and I was laid up in bed for 5 days straight, and I said, oh wait, I just went 5 days without any nicotine, so if I can do that, then I can do it without anything. And then from that point, I stopped, and that's almost a year ago. So, but it's still hard.
Really great.
It's still hard. I still would say, oh, wouldn't it be nice to sit down and.
Okay, don't say it. Pop it out of your head once it comes in.
I know.
I'm the queen of pop. Anything negative, you can. Well, never want to say that, but up until this point in my life, okay, that's the best way to say it. With very difficult things, like all of us, and that's what's great about getting older. If you notice, people that when you're young, you think, oh my God, they don't have a problem in the world. But as you get older, you realize we all have things. So up until this point in my life, I have the unique ability that I could help anyone with and show you how easy it is. Something horrific happened. I'm not going to say what it is. Pop. Okay, done. Happy again.
When I was growing up as a teenager, when I first started smoking, all my friends were girls, and I guess that should have told me something. Every single one of them was a girl, and Leah could attest to this, because Leah was sort of in that group as well. But we all smoked. Every single one of us smoked, and I think there might have been one holdout that didn't smoke, but I think we all smoked. And little by little, one by one, they all stopped smoking. And I was one of the last ones to stop after 40 years. But
wow, that's great.
I would reach out to the person who stopped like 20 years ago and say, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? And I was always trying to get little tips. But everybody's
It's a great way to do it.
But everyone's tips are all different. It's not going to work for me. So you got to find your own little tip.
And find it, because if you are single and looking for someone, I can tell you firsthand, smoking is a social taboo. And my clients will tell me, I do not want to date a smoker.
Also,
So-
it's so hard to put two smokers together because one of them may stop, and
Right.
that's going to be trouble.
First of all, two smokers together, they're never stopping. Never. But again, so just know you can do it. Brian has shown that you can do it. Okay, next question. And after this, we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
So ask us if you have any questions or you want to have some input on this last question, whatever. Oh, you know what? Let me give you one of the questions. Okay. This is what I have heard the most. Okay. Because someone did ask this and it reminded me of everyone has asked me this.
All right. But I want to get to Leah's statement after you say what you want to say. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so everyone has asked me in one way, shape, or form, whether it's a guy or a girl, when they first find out what I do as a matchmaker, they'll say, what is the difference from me paying $30 a month on blank.com to join your program, which I know is going to be a lot more money? I get asked that all the time. Why should I spend, say, $1,000 and more when I could join blank.com and, $30 a month? The answer is really kind of obvious. Oh, my alarm is on. So that means someone is at my front door. I'm not going to get it though. All right. Anyway, real fast. So what the answer is, so if you're doing internet dating sites right now, ask yourself, do you like it? Because if you're a guy and you like it because you have a lot of girls you're having sex with, you're not looking for a committed relationship, stay on it. If you're a guy that you want a committed relationship, you're going to hate it because you're not going to want to waste the time doing the search and then only to find out 6 months later what her true personality is. So the two hugest differences is we have a screening process. So I'm doing the legwork for all of my clients. And don't ever discount how important that legwork is. Because with me, I already have 2,000 of the best clients. So if you're a single person, how could you possibly do the legwork that I do just because so many people call us and we don't take in everyone? So the screening process makes us different. And you're not going to waste time once you start dating them, because you have to be compatible and have chemistry. I can't do chemistry, but I can damn well make sure, and I do, that you'll be compatible in 3 ways. So that was the most common question I get all the time, and that's when guys and women will say, oh my God, yeah, it's not even worth $30 a month when there's no screening process and I don't know the real person. And if you're on the internet, we have only 1% of people using online dating sites or apps that actually pass our screening process. So if you're using it and you're thinking, oh my God, this is the best out there, it's not. Give us a call at MTN Matchmaking. Okay, go ahead, answer Lee's question, and then Brian has to get to the gym and I have to work till midnight again.
Is Leah still here?
Yeah. She wouldn't leave as you're about to answer her question. Go ahead. She just said she wouldn't want to date a smoker. Who would?
No, you're right.
Anyone that would say.
When I went from vaping to smoking, I immediately became, okay, good. I immediately became like you, Leah, not a fan. For not smoking, and I didn't want to be around it. I don't want to smell it. And I thought vaping was the answer. But after I was vaping, everyone is different, but I was vaping constantly.
Hi, Brian, with the wife.
Constantly vaping. Like if I was watching TV, it was constantly in my mouth.
And isn't that electricity in some sort
No,
going through your lungs?
No, but it was some kind of moisture going through my lungs, and it was causing me extreme out of breathness, and it was getting worse and worse. I just came to a point where I said I have to stop because it was getting to be too much. But if people, handle the vaping differently, I was just way too addicted to it, so I needed to stop.
And that's great that you did. That is amazing. And yes, cigars are different because I believe you don't inhale.
But cigars still stink.
I love the smells of a cigar. I love a man with a cigar.
Not me.
Okay.
All right, wrap it up.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
Gotta go. So see you next Friday, Facebook Live. And thanks to Lori from last night for making me laugh so much last night on our interview. Check. And thanks for everyone tuning in and who will watch this. And feel free to always ask me any questions. And that is what I'm here for. So we love all of our 2,000 clients at MTN Matchmaking. See you next week, Friday, Facebook Live. And of course, we are going to go through the same thing we do every week where I think I've turned it off and I don't. So you'll see after this 5 minutes of me cursing.